Hey guys, we're still on 9.2. We're almost done. Okay, let's look at this sock problem. It says we have 4 blue. I think I'm going to write it out. We have 4 blue. We have 8 white. We have 2 gray. And yep, okay, it says you pull out 2 socks one at a time without looking. So that means you're going to multiply 2 fractions. If it would have said 7 socks, then I would have 7 fractions. Okay? How many total pairs of socks are there? Let's see. Or total socks. There's 4 plus 8 is 12 plus 2 is 14. Alright, let's see here. Part A says, draw a tree diagram along with the possible outcomes and the probabilities of each branch. Choose the tree diagram, the correct tree diagram below. Okay, I'm going to have to do it on a piece of paper. Okay, so here I am, standing at my dresser with one drawer open, and I pulled out a sock. Yep, there's the sock I pulled out. Okay, that sock could either be blue or white or green. My bad, gray. Okay, let's figure out what the probabilities are. Well, the total is 14, so the denominators are 14s. Okay, there's 4 blue, 8 white, and 2 gray. Okay, from here, so this was my first sock. From here, I could pull out another sock. And that other sock could go 3 different ways. 3 different ways. 3 different ways. And that second sock that I pull could be black, white, or green. Black, white, or green. Black, white, or green. Okay? And it says you pull out 2 socks one at a time. It never says that you put the sock back in the drawer. It never says anything about that. So our totals need to go down, because it doesn't say anything about you take a sock out and then you put it back in the drawer. So we're just going to assume that we took the sock out and you kept it in your hand. That means your total need to go down. Oh no. Okay, so my first sock had denominators of 14s. My second sock is going to have denominators of 13s. Okay, now let's fill in the tops. If I look at this top branch, it means I pulled a black. If I pull a black, that means there's 1 less black. So instead of 4 blacks, now I have 3. Oh, my bad. We're talking about blues. My bad. So we pulled a blue. My bad. B stands for blue. And instead of 4 blues now, you have 1 less, because you just pulled 1 out of the drawer. So instead of 4 blue socks in the drawer, now we have 3. Okay, well, if I pulled a blue sock out, do the others change? And the answer is no, they don't. You still have 8 and 2. So if you pull a blue, the only tops that change are the blue. Okay, let's look at our next path. Our next path says on the first try we pull a white. Okay, well, if you pull a white, that means the only top that's gonna change in the future is the white path. Everything else will go back to the original. So our blue is back at the original, 4. Our white is 1 less, so no 8, now we have 7. Our gray did not get pulled, so it reverts back to the original of a 2 on top. So whatever gets pulled, that's the top that changes. So for us, if I pull a white, just the white number on top gets changed. The blue and the gray stays the same. Okay, let's look at this last sucker. It says I pulled a gray. Okay, well, if I pulled a gray, that means the only top that's going to change is whatever top is on the gray. Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. If I pulled a gray, how many grays were there? 2? Okay. If I pulled 1 gray, how many's left? There's only 1 left. Okay, well, if I pulled a gray, how many blue and whites are there? The same amount, because I haven't touched them. So 4 and 8. So again, the only tops that change are the tops of what you pulled. So since I pulled a blue in the first sock, the second sock, its top blue changes. Okay, so I drew a tree diagram. It says, along with the possible outcomes. Okay, let's map our outcomes. If I'm following this blue, I have blue, blue. Or if I start back at the beginning and say blue and then the middle path, white. Then start back at the beginning, blue, and this last path, green. So these are 3 possibilities. What are the possibilities for this middle path? Well, I could say white, then go to the top, blue. Or I could follow white, then the middle, white. Then I could follow back at the beginning, middle, then go down to gray. So white, gray. Okay, let's look at our last path, this purple guy. We have gray, blue, gray, white, and then gray, gray. Okay, so this is part A. It says, what is the probability of the event of getting 2 socks of the same color? Okay, where are the same colors? The same colors are blue, blue, white, white, and green, green. Okay, how do we find the probability of a blue, blue? You follow its path and multiply those numbers together. So the blue, blue path is 4 over 14 and then 3 over 13. 4 over 13, then another blue, 3 over 13. So we have 4 over 14 times 3 over 13. Okay, let's go for the white, white. For white, we're going to have 8 over 14, then 3 over 13. Sorry, that says 7 over 13. With a multiply dot in between. Then for the green, we're going to have, or sorry, for the gray, gray, we're going to follow the GG path, which has 2 over 14 and 1 over 13. Okay.